Imperator Rome still needs work. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that Imperator Rome still needs to work on. Some information: I have never played this game pre-patch. I've only played it post-patch, but I can't even imagine how much worse it could have been before this patch. That means I have no idea what mana is and how it worked. Reason number 1, playing as Rome isn't fun. In this game, Rome is way too overpowered. In a couple decades, they can pretty much take the entire Italian peninsula, and by the time they do that, pretty much no other power can stand up to them. They have a ton of area where they can just roam free and take whatever they want, and by the time you get into France, you're pretty much just map painting from here on out. Which, I enjoy map painting, but it can kind of get boring. I have played other Paradox games like Europa Universalis 4, Hearts of Iron 4, and in Hearts of Iron 4, Germany is super overpowered in that game too, but there's still so much challenge in it. You can lose to the Soviet Union, you can lose to the Allies, and the entire game you feel that. In this game, you pretty much feel that no one can beat you, but that can get really boring really fast. A lot of the fun from this game doesn't even come from playing as Rome, it comes from playing as Macedon, Phrygia, Egypt, Seleucid Empire, and the Maurya. And that really hinders this game because this game is called Imperator Rome. But if playing as Rome isn't even fun, then what's the point? Reason number 2, the game isn't challenging enough. Especially if you're playing as any of the major powers. I mean, if you're playing as Boy, of course you're gonna have some difficulty playing, but this game is called Imperator Rome. There are specific reasons why this game isn't challenging enough, and one of the reasons is because there isn't enough variety in terms of gameplay and gameplay mechanics. It really limits the amount of ways that you and the AI can strategize and attack. In EU4 and HOI4, there's many different game mechanics in which you can attack and defend yourself, which really helps with the difficulty of the game. In this game, it's very limited in that respect. In this game, you can also become very quickly overpowered once taking over a peninsula. You know, if you take over Rome as any nation and then take over the peninsula, again, no one can beat you. As Macedon, if you start taking all of Greece, pretty much no one can beat you. Also, there's no strong rivals if you're gonna be playing in the Italian peninsula. Like, if you look at this, there's not gonna be any strong rivals in the entire game if the AI doesn't smarten up. I also find that the AI really isn't that aggressive in this game. No other AI is pretty much gonna be declaring war on you that much. I've also had experiences in this game where pretty much the AI will just, even though they can't beat your troops, they'll just send all their units into your troops and get destroyed right away. If you're playing as any of the major powers, you're also not really going to go into deficit. For some reason, there's always some random bonus that pops up that stops you from going into a deficit. I have no idea what that's about. If they're gonna have a deficit game mechanic, they should actually let the players experience that. In this game, defensive packs will also form, but they rarely can even give you any challenge. Reason 3, there are tons of game mechanics that are broken in this game as well. The effect that tyranny has really isn't that bad at all. You can go up to 100 tyranny and still have pretty much no problems. I don't understand the prospect of being able to redo missions. That's kind of weird. I think after you complete a mission, you shouldn't be able to restart it. You can pretty much farm these missions by restarting them again and again after completing them. One of my biggest problems with this game is the bring to trial system. It almost always seems RNG. Even if you have a 50% chance of success, you might still go into a civil war. It's almost never worth bringing anyone to trial. So it's pretty much take your chances with imprisoning someone or going into a civil war. And to be honest, what I hate most about this game is the civil wars. They're so annoying, they're so weird, they happen at the weirdest times. On that note, the whole character system kind of seems really crappy. They're just not fun. A lot of times what will happen is that you'll get a disloyal character in your country and then all you need to do is bribe them off. Corruption doesn't seem to really matter that much either. In fact, the whole character system kind of seems like a big old distraction from you actually playing the game. Sometimes you'll get scorned families and you just have to micromanage every single time, which is really annoying. Some other things I wanted to mention is that if you have a starving population or, you know, some pops don't have enough food, pretty much don't need to worry about it at all. Sometimes even if you have a disloyal province, you know, you just leave that alone and that fixes itself too. Number 4. There's really not a lot of flavor in this game. Missions are nothing like national focuses in Hearts of Iron 4. You can't do that much with political influence, and the whole decision system kinda seems crappy as well. Number 5. This game really starts to chug in the mid to late game. I've always had trouble where I start going into France and then my game pretty much freezes up every single time it's trying to save. Pretty much ruins the game. And just to let you know, I'm able to run Hearts of Iron 4 perfectly. I have a mid-range PC, and I'm also able to run EU4 perfectly as well. So this game definitely needs some stability fixes. I also wanted to note some good things about this game. I do really enjoy the culture conversion and population conversion in this game. I heard that making roads used to be a really big pain, but apparently now you can just go around using your units to make roads. I also love this map. The map feels nice and smooth to move around. Omen power and idea doesn't seem so bad either. I also really like how they're able to use aggressive expansion nowadays because they're able to control loyalty and unrest in provinces, which actually makes you want to keep your aggressive expansion low. Okay, and that's everything that I think that this game is still missing. I definitely think that they need to add some more variety in gameplay and just flavor in general. Alright, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment because it really helps out with this channel. Bye bye! Bye bye!